Dear future me, I hope you watch this video a year from now and look back to this period of time and remember. May it find you well, and may you have grown past this period when you wrote the words to the following post. Never let the valley become too daunting, and enjoy the eventual mountains when they come. Very sincerely yours, Present Me. I'm not having a good day. I'm just going through a rough patch. Cliche? Perhaps. But you know what? That's okay. Mountain ranges are bordered by valleys and plains, and in the case of this country, the Great Plains seem to go on forever. Believe me, I know. I've driven through Iowa and Nebraska. Nothing against those particular states. They are very lovely states. Flat, yes, but that's okay too. There's beauty everywhere if you open your eyes to see it. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? In the valleys of life, we, or at least I, get pensive. It opens new perspectives. Granted, not being a perfect person, I also get apprehensive and impatient and, quote, grumpy as fuck in those valleys. But there is a time to be pensive. This would happen to be one of those times. Right now, if you were to ask me in relation to the aforementioned Great Plains reference where I am at this point, should I, quote, find myself behind the wheel of a large automobile, I think you see where I'm going with this. I would say I am on I-80 just as you enter Colorado from Nebraska. Or, now that I'm thinking about it, probably I-76 kind of comes out of Colorado and joins in Nebraska. But you know what I mean, just for the sake of whatever. Okay. I can see the Rocky Mountains in the distance. It's a ways off yet, but it's there, becoming more and more tangible the closer I get. Yet somehow, something seems to keep pushing me back eastward on the interstate, as it were. And so the days go by, the water flowing underground, day after day, equating hour after hour of driving through the flat plain states because you really just want to get to the mountains. You take a rest stop, see the world's biggest ball of yarn, and that gives you a bit of excitement. You stop at a family restaurant in Omaha that you've never heard of, and not one of those generic family restaurants. I mean a greasy spoon truck stop, where you leave almost wishing you hadn't eaten so much, but it was so damn good you'd do it again. You stop at the Corn Palace if you happen to find yourself in South Dakota or Wall Drug. You just do it. There's beauty everywhere if you open your eyes to see it. Sometimes you have to force your eyes to open and look, even if you don't want to look, because if you don't, you will be consumed by the valley. For the sake of one's sanity, one must try to find the beauty. I feel the need to stop here and apologize to Iowa and Nebraska again for what could be inferred as you having to try to find beauty in those states. Again, they're very lovely states. Anyway, a moment of clarity, enlightenment even, and you can visualize the road you must take to get where you want to go. I know I've made map/driving references before, but I can just relate that way. You realize that you are on I-80, and before long, you will be on I-76 heading down into Denver. The Rocky Mountains are within your grasp. You are heading in the right direction. You really just have to be patient as you cross the plains. Okay, I really have to stop with this metaphor, or Iowa and Nebraska are start to get a complex and really think that I hate them secretly or something. Same as it ever was. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changing. I'm not really living, but really existing. No matter how you say it, this is the time where if you allow yourself to dwell on those thoughts, your car will simply stall out, and you'll be in the middle of nowhere. Not only will you feel lost, you'll be lost, and that you know where you are and where you're going, but simply cannot get to your destination. You have to turn your head back and notice how far you've come. You may not feel like you've made it far at all, but you've just driven for a freaking day and a half. Some people go their entire lives and never even leave their home state. You're 2 or 3 states over. You'll get to the mountains. Look for the beauty where you are. In those cornfields in Iowa, you'll never see fields so green. Look at how deeply green they are against the blue sky, dotted with cotton ball clouds. It's not so easy to do. But if it takes celebrating the small victories along the way, as in, yay, I made it through Omaha. Yay, I'm halfway through this state. Yay, I'm straddling the Platte River. Whatever the case may be, by celebrating those small victories, you are acknowledging that you are getting somewhere. You are far from your initial starting point where you went, okay, here we go. 2 days of driving and we're off. Not much excitement there. This obviously can lead to bouts of impatience. When the fuck are we going to get there? But even that, when you look back at your initial starting point, is tangible evidence of just how far you've come. You may find yourself in another part of the world.